Hey guys, so you have viewed and you have critiqued and I have listened. So I am going to show you how to do the project where you don't have to worry about washing it as often. I don't understand why that was such a big concern, but I worked at the pattern all the way because that's just what the pattern is. But I did stop where somewhere up in here for you guys that do not want the splash area, like that hovering area I have going over the bowl. So if you do not want that part to go on your bowl, you won't have that part. So let's get into this pattern and let's work it up so that you guys can make your versions of these. And as you see, it works for different bowl types. This is a slightly smaller bowl than that bowl I have there. It works good for ice cream or hot stuff. So either cold or hot stuff will work. Oops. These are the exact same patterns except for I did an extra row. I did an extra row for this one and did double crochet at the top instead of single crochet. So let's get into these patterns. So the first thing you want to do is create your magic circle, however which way you do that. Chain 3 and do 2 more double crochet. You're going to do clusters of 3 double crochet, and the chain 3 counted as your first double crochet part of your cluster. And then after you finish your first cluster of 3 double crochet, you're going to chain 1 and do a second cluster of 3 double crochet, chaining 1 after each set. So then you're going to do 1 more set of 3 double crochet. Once you finish that, tighten up your ring, and then I like to slip stitch into my first stitch. So after I finish tightening up my ring, I'm going to slip stitch into the first stitch because that's just what most comfortable for me. So do whatever is comfortable for you when slip stitch and joining your circle. After you slip stitch and join your circle, you're going to loosely slip stitch into the second stitch of your row and then into the chain 1 area between your cluster, your first cluster and your second cluster, and then chain 3. You're going to go back into your cluster, the space in between your cluster, and create 2 more double crochets. Chain 1 and put a second set of 3 double crochets into that same space. And you're going to do all the spaces that you have, which are 3 spaces. This is your first space. You'll do that into your second space and then into your third space, and then you're going to join your round. If you can't see the space, just count 3 double crochet and then put your clusters into the space after your 3 double crochet. Slip stitch and join into that first stitch, slip stitch over into the second stitch, and then into the chain one space. And for this row, you will be doing 2 sets of 3 double crochet into each chain one space, just like you just did the previous round. Slip stitch over into the chain one space of your cluster and only do, chain 3, and then do 2 more double crochets, chain 1, and do another double crochet in the next chain 1 space cluster. This row will only be one cluster of 3 double crochet into each chain 1 space only. So there's no extra clusters, just one in each chain 1 space until you get back to the beginning. And you should have something that looks like this. Go into that first stitch of your row, slip stitch into the second stitch and into the chain 1 space and chain 3. And for this row, we're going to do one cluster into the first row, until the first chain 1 space, and then 2 clusters into the second chain 1 space, repeating that pattern for the next round until you get back to the initial stitch. This is a round of no increases, so you will do 3 double crochet clusters into each chain 1 space. So this is for those who don't want to go any further, or you may want to go one more row. So all you have to do is just really go not that many rows. So if you're worried about soup spilling over or getting it dirty often, just stop midpoint in the middle of the bowl, or however far you would like to stop. But if you're fine with the way the pattern is, you will continue after this row. I'm just showing you that it's 2 different bows and that it's the same pattern, the same amount of stitches, unless you do more than one row for each bow. It's pretty much the same. It'll work for multiple bows. So I did about 6 rows of no increases after that. And so now we're going to do the back loop only to get that over that spill or, anti-spill area that I have there. Okay, so I didn't realize that I did double crochet for the back loop only for that bow. So for this one, for the smaller bow, we are going to do single crochet, back loop only, and you're going to slip stitch into the back loop only so that it will be more seamless. So go into your back loop only, slip stitch, and then start doing your back loop only crochets. And there you have it. Thanks so much for watching.